banned the Sadist videos. Now, this is something that you saw on YouTube, and I'm guessing
No, this is Amazon.
it's
This is on
Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, it's
Okay, so
Amazon. Yeah,
it's a documentary about video
yeah,
nasties. All
about the
right,
video nasties, about the whole era, and it is on Amazon.
all right,
Yeah.
cool.
So
All right,
yeah.
go fire away.
Okay, so basically, it is what it says. Obviously, when videos came out in the 80s, they were, they were like unrestricted, and there was this mad that all of a sudden. The thing is with countries, isn't it? Once the press get hold of it, oh, these have caused, deaths, murders, blah blah
Yeah, yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you've got this whole like clamour that some of these videos have got to be banned. We've got to get rid of them. We've got so Margaret Thatcher brings in about the obscene publication things.
Yeah.
Shops are getting raided. I think the funniest one was they're obviously talking to producers and shop, the people who used to run the shops and distributors. And this one, they tried to do him, but he said, "Well, I got raided once," and they looked, and Apocalypse Now, they took the video away and said, "Oh, that's a video nasty." Apocalypse Now. So, and it was just all about the hysteria. Obviously, you had good old Maggie Thatcher, who was on the throne at the time, should we say?
Yep.
Throne, but she was up there, and you've got I was a lady that used to be with the glasses. I can't remember her name. She was always the
Mary Whitehouse.
Mary Whitehouse, yes. So
I was thinking, what you said in the 1980s that we're talking about, like, censorship, and I was like, Mary Whitehouse is gonna have to show up. She's gonna have to show up.
She is, yeah. So Mary Whitehouse is there, and they show these old clips in amongst some of the producers talking about not the producers, the distributors, saying these, and quite often the covers on these video tapes were nothing like
the actual film. Yeah.
And there was he said, like people would try to rush out to see a film, and they were terrible. He said they were absolutely the most low budget, terrible, awful films you could ever think of. That when that he said people wanted to go. There was a whole Nazi exploitation thing. There was a whole series of them, and they got banned. And there was quite a lot of people that actually got prosecuted. Quite a lot of people in the shops.
Yeah,
that got prosecuted for films which basically were
for indecency.
For indecency, yeah, for having these films which were basically rubbish. A lot of them were absolute nothing at all. So, yeah, if you're interested in that era, if you are interested in that era of the video nasties, and I know some people are. I've got a couple of friends, Happy Johns. I mean, personally, I've seen a few. I don't know if you've ever seen any, Toes, but and they are pretty awful, really. If I could, I'd like maybe one day we could do a whole thing on the video nasties.
The thing with video nasties is like that's a phrase that I didn't understand until I'd never even heard until I got to the UK, and I think I've seen bits of some of these video nasties where their whole thing, I think the whole marketing strategy was be the most salacious you can be. Do something that's out there. Do something that just gets. It doesn't matter whether the film's good. Just do something like, oh my god, there's a bit of this thing where this woman get around this guy and eat his liver, and I think I've tried to watch a couple of them. I just kind of thought, nah, life's too short, and go on.
I think what it is as well. They were saying that in some cases there was some really, really good films that got lumped in with the bad films.
Like Apocalypse Now and stuff like
that. I couldn't think of any offhand because it's not so recent in the memory. But it said there were some films, really, really good, arty films or films of a genre that just actually got banned because of the title.
Yeah.
And the thing is, which it always does, is the press were a lot to blame for it. I think the Chucky movies. I know that might have been a bit later, but that was blamed for, So they blamed everything. Was blamed anything that went wrong was blamed, and I think there was some sort of incident where this one in the thing, but I remember there was an incident. It said, "Oh, this was done because it might have been a Hungerford thing," but they watched the press, the Sun, which was like had all this stuff, and he never when it all came out, the truth all came out, there's nothing of the sort. He never even had a video player, he never even had a TV, it was just so obviously you got the hysteria, and it just shows you how with misinformation, people can get ripped up into a hysteria, you know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is, it's kind of similar. The same way the video nasties, all they cared about was like, whipping people, was like, just do something that's like, salacious in there. I think
Yeah.
the Sun were doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just
that's true.
they didn't care about whether it was true or not. They just wanted to, as long as you just whip people into a frenzy, that sells.
That's it.
That sells
That's it.
newspapers.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
go.
so for this one, I would say, if you're really interested in that era, it would be of interest. You know, if as a documentary goes. So I'd have to give this a straight 3 stars. You know, so it would either be if you were interested in it, it's a good watch, but otherwise, it's 3 stars. So I'll give this one a 3.
3 stars. 3 stars then for Ban the Sadist videos.